What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, and feel like it's been forever since I did an open topic, but I think it's about that time. There's a lot of stuff going on, and so let's mix it up. Let's mix it up. A few things to talk about, but of course, if it's open topic, that means I'm down to listen to whatever it is that y'all got to say as well. As you come into the room, just hit that like button for your big brother, Soul Alpha. Jay Montano, long time, man, long time. My homie, how you been, Jay? Y'all click the like button as y'all come into the room, man. Do that for me. Do that for me. There you go. Like it up, like it up. Keandria, I had another. What? Okay. I'm going to fight you. We fighting. We fighting, Keandria. You better take care of yourself, all right? We fighting. So just be ready. Steve Rio. What up, Steve? I hope it ain't still cold out there, Steve. Have it warmed up? Have it warmed up at all, Steve? At all? Just a little bit, Steve? Just a little bit. It's open topic tonight for y'all who just coming in, man. I'm gonna let it load up just a little bit before I get to running my mouth. And I'm just basically bouncing off of what you guys got going on. But hit the like button, hit that little thumbs up button as soon as you come in, man. And I'm glad y'all got y'all notifications on. Make sure you keep them on. $74 Red, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love. Man, it's still cold, Steve? Wow. Next time I come back, I'm coming in the summertime. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, it's open topic, so that means anything y'all got on y'all mind, any questions that y'all might have, man, feel free to answer those, to ask me those questions, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If I think I know the answer, I will answer the question. If I don't, then I won't. I will say, man, this Sunday is Savior's Day, and the Nation of Islam commemorates the birth of the teacher of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Farad Muhammad. And every February, the Savior's Day Convention is held by members of the nation, with the keynote address being given by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So this Sunday at 2 p.m., if y'all want to listen, go to NOI.org. I just put it down in the box and listen to the man of God. What's on y'all minds, man? Lewis says, let's talk about these so-called UFO sightings. Why do you say so-called, Luis? Why do you say so-called? I'm just asking. Before I say what I'm going to say, why do you call them so-called UFOs? Are you saying so-called because they're wrong in their description of them as being unidentified, saying that the government is aware? Or are you saying so-called as if it's a BS, it's a myth? All these people that are seeing these things are lying. Give me some clarity. DJ Crystal Clear, my favorite is BDP all day long. I like A Tribe Called Quest. Don't get me wrong. I love a Tribe Called Quest, but Boogie Down Productions is just, that's it for me. That's like number one for me. Jonathan R. Tafara. Is that Tafara? Tafara? 74 Red says, we are having terrible floods currently in New Zealand. Well, all the weather patterns that you're seeing around the world, man, they are a sign of the times. 74, a sign of the times. You're gonna see these weird weather patterns all over the world. No matter where you live, it's gonna be something. So it's just a sign of the times, and it's gonna get worse, unfortunately. Joe, we got some stuff in the works, Jonathan, on the comic book front. We got some stuff coming. Jay Montano, years back when you were in San Antonio, you hinted at bringing back the Maven. Is that still in the works? No, I fell back on that, but I might revisit it. I might try to figure out a lane where it would make sense to bring it back. If it doesn't make sense to bring it back, then probably not. Let me get back to Luis. So what you think? You think UFOs are really aliens, or are they IFOs? They're absolutely IFOs. They're not aliens. You know, a lot of people have this misconception that there are these little green men and these little beings and creatures from other planets that are coming down here observing and kidnapping and probing people and all this. No, it's not that. You know, if we really go into the depths of it, the UFO is it's actually so-called UFO, like you said. It's actually biblical. It's in the scripture. When the prophet Ezekiel talks about seeing a wheel inside of a wheel, he's talking about these objects, these wheel-like objects, these round objects, but they're not manned by alien creatures. They're manned by men. They're manned by people, and they have a purpose. And the government is aware of their presence, and also the government is aware of the fact that there's nothing that they can do about them. They can't stop them. They can't shoot them down. They can't even position themselves in a position to be able to attack them, because the technology on them is so advanced that they just choo choo choo. They move. They're a step ahead, more than a step ahead. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that in the end of days, we would see these crafts, these wheels, appearing in all of the major cities. He said that back in the 60s. And now this is what we're seeing right now. You're seeing all these sightings, and it ain't no like some people are seeing them and some people can't. And it's only a certain time of day and night. They seeing them everywhere. Daytime, nighttime. There's no shame in the game. People filming them, putting it on TikTok. They out there everywhere. It's not the government. It's not a false flag. It's not in. They are out there. Who's your favorite West Coast rapper? Favorite West Coast rapper? Might be Too Short. Might be Ice Cube. I'm forgetting. I'm drawing a blank. I got so many of them, man. I like early Snoop. I like Ice T. Lavish Logos. Thank you. My week was pretty good. Thank you for asking, man. I appreciate that. It's always good when somebody say, "Hey, man, how was your day?" Kells West in the building. Casual P. Can you do a video on Brother Sanchez? Who's Brother Sanchez? Who's my favorite group out of the Roots and the Fugees? Probably the Roots. Any collabo with Immortal Technique? Yeah, we got a song, just haven't been released yet. R.A. the Rugged Man is on the song too. Miss Lady sample up in this thing. It's open topic tonight, y'all. Hit the like button, man. Don't slip on the likes. Don't be stingy with the likes, man. Do you really have a scar on your neck? I might have a scar on my neck if I took a microphone and just cut my own throat. But Dash Philosophy. Hey, Kay, my question is, are you a part of any movements in real life, like a group of people trying to achieve something in the local or further reaching area? That's a wonderful, wonderful question. Yeah, part of a few of them, actually. Of course, you know, my rap clique is the South Park Coalition. We've been around since '87, but in 2014, we started a community organization called ARC. ARC, it stands for Artists Respecting Community. And it just consists of different artists in different areas of music, not just rappers, producers, DJs, promoters, radio people, media, whatever. And we try to consolidate positive music and positive art with work in the community. And that's the goal. That's the goal. So we have initiatives that we carry out periodically from time to time. We've dropped a couple of projects, you know, to push that narrative as well. So ARC is that organization. And plus, you know, I've been tied in and working with the Nation of Islam for 30 years. So, you know, there's a lot more that we all could do, that I know I could do, but I'm proud to be a part of those organizations. Would you do a track with Mickey Fax? I don't know who that is. Mickey Fax, I'm gonna have to check him out. Michelle Woods, Cali also. Cali also what, Michelle? Big Ock, what's up, my brother? Salute back, man. I appreciate the love. Glad y'all hanging with me tonight. I got off to a late start tonight, man. So here we are once again on a late night. I'll be trying, y'all, to do a little better. Lester Smith, who is your guest gonna be on your pod? Man, look, we just recorded a podcast episode last night, right? And we did. How many of y'all? I know I'm finna get mad when I ask this question. I know y'all finna make me mad. I already know. I'm just accept it. How many of y'all watched the rapper draft on my podcast when it dropped? I guess about a month ago, whenever it came out. How many of y'all saw the rapper draft? We put all the rappers that we could think of in a pool, and then four of us, we did a draft to see who could get the best list. How many of y'all saw that? Okay. Just a couple of people. So basically, what we did last night, shout out to everybody who watched the podcast, man. Shout out to all of y'all who actually sit down and watch the podcast. I'm sorry that I'm not on there talking about gossip and mess and cussing people out and all that. I'm sorry I'm not on there doing that to entertain y'all. I'm sorry. I don't do all that. But we did the first rapper draft, but it consisted of basically everybody, you know, worldwide, nationwide, all the rappers that y'all know and familiar with. But last night we did the Rapper Draft Volume 2 with just H-Town, Houston rappers. There's rappers from my city. So if y'all are not familiar with some of these names, then just bear with me or go and do your research where y'all can see who are some of these people that we're talking about. Y'all will know a few of them. You'll know a few of them, but you may not know all of them. But we just did that. So the next episode will be the rap draft. But the problem that we had, and I knew this was going to happen, man. I knew it was going to happen. It's always going to be somebody that you forget to put on, that's on the list. It's always somebody that needs to be on the list that you forget. And I was made aware today that we left off one of the best rappers in the city. Didn't even put him on the list. And I'm like, made me want to film the whole episode over, man. So y'all get ready to get mad. But just charge it to my memory. Charge it to the memory. Triple X. What's up, my brother? And no, I'm not in the draft. I never include myself on these drafts because I feel like it's a conflict of interest. Have you had a chance to read the Lost Books of Inky? No, I haven't read that yet. I heard about it. A friend of mine was telling me about that book years ago, but I never read it. Do you like Immortal Technique? Yeah, that's my guy. That's my dude. Raz Cass, yeah, that's another one of my favorites on the West Coast. That's my homie. Moreno Bay, I see you. DeAndrew, what do you think about the currency between Russia and China? The currency, the money? Be more specific. What you think about the Huru? I don't know what the Huru is either. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Temple, Texas in the building. Zachariah X. No, you didn't miss the H-Town draft. It hasn't aired yet. We just recorded it last night, and I was just telling everybody about how I left off one of the top rappers from Houston. I left him off. We left him off. I ain't gonna take all the blame. I don't even want to say who it was, but I feel really bad about it, man. Sometimes you just can't remember everybody, man. You're trying to remember. And I know he's not the only one. I know it's gonna be some others we forgot. But trust me, shout out to him because he's one of the best, man. Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? No, I have not seen that movie. Astro Hippie. We'll probably add a draft Monday. $703. What area code is 703, y'all? Okay, you think we're an experiment gone wrong? Our creators abandoned us because we came out defective. We're not what they expected. There's other creatures being. Nah, nah, man. We ain't gonna think that. We're not gonna read that deep into it. Nah, man. We're not an experiment. We're not an experiment of the creator. Now, those who the creator has allowed to rule this world for a period of time, they have been experimenting on us. They've been very experimental in terms of how they treat us, but it's not the creator's doing. He created us with a capacity to be godlike, to be like him, not supreme as him, but to advance into our godly mind state and be on a higher level. So we're not defected. We are just infected by a system that has experimented on us. So all of the evil in the world has been made to seem like it's okay, it's good, and all that. And we buy into the evil and we fall in love with the evil. And that's what brings us down. That's what gives us the appearance of being defective, but that's our own rebellion. It's our own rebellion. It's their rebellion and those who are in power's rebellion, and then they impose that evil onto us, and we are either affected by it in a negative way, destroyed by it, or we take a liking to it, and then we start the process of helping them mess us up. Blake P, you and Lupe are both Islam. Work with him, and you meet Mickey. Mickey, okay, okay. With all of the things you're doing, how do you gauge your level of success or opportunities to do more? Um, I gauge my success based on a couple of things. Based on um, just my long time ability to do what I love to do freely, uncontrolled, and to be blessed for that to be my career as well. To not have to answer to anybody, to be able to take care of myself and my family, and that's success to me on that level. Just from that standpoint, we talk about just career wise. The other layer to that would be the success of being able to have people tell me that my music has helped them in a positive way, has made them better in some form or fashion, has changed their life for the better in some form or fashion. That's success, big time success, because it could easily go the other way. So, you know, while the world may judge success on, oh well, he sold 5 million records, oh he won a Grammy, he got 10 Grammys, oh he's number one on the charts right now, oh he has 200 million, he's a billionaire. With it, that's success too, great success. But it's not the only type of success. And when people have that mind frame of, if you are not in that stratosphere, then you're not a success, then they got it all wrong. They got it all wrong. I've been blessed to have a core audience, a support system. You know, you guys like y'all, man, who always rock with me, who some of y'all just in this very chat room, y'all been rocking with me for years. Some of y'all been rocking with me for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. See, so that's success. Because y'all don't have to hang around. Y'all can go migrate to another artist and latch on to him or her. But y'all still rolling with your big brother. I need to see K-Rino in a suit and bow tie like the other Muslim. It's hard to get me in a suit. There are some pictures. Go look at my American Heroes album cover. That wasn't photoshopped. Yeah. Zero was an ARC or what was his? Nah. Zero isn't a part of the ARC from the he's welcome to be a part of it, of course, and he's done a lot of community work. But yeah, Anybody can be a part of the ARC. If you're an artist, respect the community. Even if you're not an artist, if you just respect the community and you want to get out and do things to make it better. It's not my fault, not casual. 74 Red. It wasn't my song. I was just featured on it. So yeah. You've been peeping the podcast, but haven't seen the rapper draft yet? Okay, you need to go watch that tonight. But we just did Houston, but I feel kind of bad because we left off of. It feels tainted to me now, man. Razzcast is on the draft. Y'all didn't watch it. Can we talk about all the chemical spills? Yeah, let's talk about it. Some people are saying it's intentional, that they're poisoning certain areas with those spills and all that. What do y'all think? You can't put that past these guys. They will they poison society every day in some way. They've been putting poison in food. They've been putting poison in water. They've been putting poison in the air. They've been putting poison in the music. See? They've been putting poison in the information. So it's nothing to far-fetched to feel like they wouldn't intentionally be spilling chemicals all over the place for some purpose. See? Yeah, man. Y'all go watch my podcast, man. Let's see. Let me answer this question real quick. SC Precise. Can I get a feature? Yeah, you can get a feature. Gotta let me know what your budget. What's your budget? What's your budget, my brother? If you're serious about working, I'll work with you. That's my email address. Serious inquiries only. I can kick a freestyle, but my style ain't free. Do you like Joyner Lucas? Yeah, some of the I heard a couple of his songs. Yeah, he can rap. Have you ever heard Donnie Arcade? Nah, Robbo, I never heard of Donnie Arcade. No, it wasn't gonna be live, Zachariah. That was just a preview. Just letting you know we were getting ready to film that episode last night, and that's we did. But it won't drop till May. Appreciate the love, Charles Schuler. How is AC Chill's family? Sorry you lost your homie. Thank you. Haven't talked to him. I saw his cousin, his first cousin, my homie KG, a couple of years back. I haven't talked to anybody lately, man. I need to come across somebody. And I got, how's DJ Sniper doing? Well, Sniper's not a DJ. He's a rapper. He's a producer, engineer. He might have DJ'd, but Sniper's doing good. He's doing real good. Doing real good. How long did it take for the track South Park to get completed? It sounded like a movie. It didn't take as long as you might have thought. What happened was the tricky part was to get everybody to follow the storyline without hearing the other people's verses. I just remember like, hey man, this is what we were talking about, and everybody just added something to the story and it came together. I still don't really know how we did that, but it came together and it all made sense. So Swift Business says, who did you leave off for the H-Town? I'm scared to say it. I'm scared because I'm hurt. Because he's one of the best, man. But the memory, man, memory, man. I'm scared to say it, man. I don't even want to say it. Have you ever checked out Marlon Craft? Y'all be asking me about it. I don't know none of these people, man. How do you feel about Brooklyn Sean Price? I heard of Sean Price. I remember when he passed, but I can't say that I listened to a lot of his music. Did you and Raheem ever battle back in the day? Or any of the? Let me tell you, Rob G, we came close. Me and Raheem came close to battling on two occasions. Two occasions. We came really close. If you have a copy of my book, I know you have. I know if you ask me that question, then you don't have my book. You see this book right here, the white one. Look at my finger. You see the white book? It's a white book and it's a green book. White book, green book. In this white book, I tell the story about when Raheem the Vigilante and Jukebox from the Ghetto Boys, they came to my high school looking for me to battle me back in the days. And they showed up with Dookie ropes on and Run DMC warm-ups and Kango hats. They were straight, b-boyed out, right? And they was looking for me. They wanted to battle. They wanted to take me out because at that time, the first Ghetto Boys in my group, Real Chill, we were the only ones, some of the early ones in the city that had a record out. We had just dropped a record. They had just dropped the Ghetto Boys record, and the word got out, and they came looking for your big brother, man. So when I found out that they was looking for me, I got real mad. And I came out of my class, and as soon as I came out the class, they was coming down the hall. They didn't even go to my school. They were just on the campus. And we squared off like the Wild West. It was just me, but I was gonna battle both of them. And some teachers came out because they were standing out like a sore thumb. They didn't look like the rest of us regular students. They come in there with gold ropes and they stood out. So the teachers and everybody knew that they didn't go to that school. So they made them, hey man, y'all got to go or whatever. But I ain't gonna tell the whole story because the rest of it is in the book. But the second time, which is not in the book, that I can remember, may have been in the book. Sad when you don't read your own book. But Raheem, that was a big show. Raheem had just signed a big record deal. He was with Rap-A-Lot, but they had just got him signed to a bigger label. I think it was Warner Brothers. Raheem had a song called Dance Floor. Y'all can look that up. And it was playing all over the radio in Houston, all over the radio. And so Raheem was pretty popping. He was pretty popping. And it was a big show at this spot in Houston called JB's Entertainment Center. Some of y'all old schoolers that's in Houston might remember what I'm talking about. And whatever the show was, I think I don't know if I was on it. I know he was on it, but I found out he was on it and I went looking for him. But whatever it was, when he came through the door, he went in the door 5 seconds. And I was on his head. I was ready, But at that point, he was kind of like, man, I ain't worried about you right now. His mindset was like at that time, he didn't have time for it. So he kind of brushed me off like, I don't want to battle tonight. But those were the two times that me and Raheem almost battled. But just like with Jukebox, Raheem the same way, man. We just, years pass, you become older grown men, and we got cool, and You know, it ain't nothing but love. Me and Jukebox, we laugh to this day. We talk about those days. And I talked to Raheem some years back. I was talking to somebody and they got Raheem on the phone because he don't live in Houston no more. And we was on the phone just laughing and talking, man, you know, because that's a legend right there, man. So I got nothing but love for Raheem. But man, I got some stories, man. I'm telling you, man. If I ever just sat down and told some of my H-Town rap stories, shh, man, a lot of it is in my book. So how many of y'all don't have my books? And I got 2. If you don't have my book and you want to get the book to read a lot of those, the adventures, the great adventures of K-Rino the rapper, SouthParkCoalition.net. Yeah. What's that shirt you have on? Somebody gave me this shirt used. Yeah. Who is your favorite underground MC? I don't know. I got to think on that one. Commercialized hip hop is dead. Would you eat a Trill burger? No, I don't eat meat. So if they got a Trill veggie burger, I might eat a Trill veggie burger, but I don't eat beef, so I wouldn't be able to eat a Trill burger. But shout out to Bun B. Shout out to Bun B for putting it down, man, with the Trill burgers, because I hear that they real good. I hear that people ain't blowing no smoke. They like, man, these some good hamburgers. That's what I heard. Where were you when you wrote No Let Up? Probably at home. Reason? I don't stray off when I write my albums. If I'm writing anything that was on one of my albums, I was at the house. I don't be writing my albums on the fly. Every blue moon, you may be writing on the way to the studio. Might be writing in the car. Might have to write some stuff in the studio from time to time. But the majority, for the most part, I gotta be in my lab. I gotta be in my chambers when I'm writing, uninterrupted, unbothered. Yep. Theos Omni. Wait a minute. Hold on. We got another. Where's Phantom Face at, man? We got another superhero in here, man. I need Phantom Face final. We have Theos Omni. I am Theos Omni. I came to this chat room in search of Phantom Face final. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. Yeah, man. Let me see. I still say you need to do a 1-song album, different beats. 20 minutes, that ain't long enough. I had that idea a while back. But 20 K-Rino says, I don't know who Raheem is. If my feed stalls, y'all, just hang on. Don't log off. Just hang on till it comes back. Leslie says, I don't know who Raheem is. You from Houston, Leslie? Where you from, Leslie Arena? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. A Phantom Face final. Got Theos Omni, but y'all better not forget about Magneticus Attractus. Yeah, Magneticus Attractus. Woo, we got Magneticus Attractus versus Theos Omni versus Phantom Face final. Do you have any comics left? Yeah, you go to hold on. This is the website you go get the comic book. Hold on, wait a minute. Am I spelling that right? There we go. I just put the link. If y'all want to order the comic book, y'all see this poster where my thumb is pointing on that wall back there? That's the comic book. That's the poster to it. That's my books. I got everything. Look, books right here, comic book right here, album right here. This is my latest album. Tell a K nieces. Yeah. So Rob, you got the book and you didn't read about the Raheem stuff, man? See, Jay, you said tell us about the young. You got to read the book. All right, man. How many of y'all do not own my book or books? Any one of these books? I'm so lazy. I don't feel like grabbing the book, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This one is open. This one is not. This book is Behind These Bars. This is the rap gospel, I think. Got to get the book. Duke Togo says, K, if you ate beef right now, it'll make you sick. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm done. I'm out of the beef gang. Been out of the pork gang. Yeah. Okay, Stone on top of it. Did you figure out Akil the MC is Tupac the actor yet? I don't know what you're talking about. You said, did I figure out that Akil the MC is Tupac the actor? I don't know what you mean. That's a joke. I see you put a laughing face on there, so maybe that's a joke that I don't get. Yeah. People been saying I need to do an audio book and all that. That's for the lazy readers like me. I understand, man. I have to make myself read sometimes too, but I'm trying to break myself out of it. We got to read, man. This digital stuff has made us lazy. Y'all click like, man. Click that thumbs up if you haven't already. Stop what you're doing. If you know you haven't hit that like, that thumbs up, do it right now. Open topic tonight, y'all. This is open topic, so everybody that's in the chat, if y'all got anything y'all want to say or ask me, don't hesitate. Feel free. Lil Norm said, I got that white book. Yeah. Now you got to get the green one. Say, man, look, I'm a rapper. I'm an author. I'm a podcaster. I was a radio host. Got a little activism up in there somewhere. Do you have any one-offs you made this year? Nah, I wish I did. I'll be back in San Antonio at some point. Recluse Neox. Hold on, you got another one. Recluse Neox. Y'all got them superhero and supervillain names, man. So we got Phantom Face Final. We got Magneticus Attractus. We got Theos Omni. And last but not least, I lost him. What's his name? I just said the name and I lost it. Recluse Neox. Man. You gave me that. You blessed me with that book. But man, much love, Pee Wee. You know what it is, my brother. All our history is in them books. It's in that book. DJ Bud Light, did you feel awkward featuring on that track with Bizarre, considering his subject matter, and he rapped right after you? Nah, I didn't feel awkward. I mean, uh, my homie, he put that collab together. He had linked up with Bizarre and brought him down to do some work and do a show. And of course, that's my homie. So, he asked me to come do something on that particular track along with my brother Rashid. And it was cool. I mean, Bizarre is he's a legend. He does what he does the way he does it. I mean, and I do what I do. So a lot of times, if I'm on a song, I do what I do, just like the artist who's on the song does what they do. So nobody tries to change each other or any of that. But salmon gang all day. That's right, Keon. You better start eating some salmon. Quit playing with me. Let's see. I hope I direct a movie one day too. Bro, audiobooks are not lazy. I'm sorry. Maybe I haven't delved into it enough to the audiobook world to know. If my feed stalls, y'all just hang on. It'll pop back in. It's on one tonight. Yeah. Open topic tonight, man. What's on your mind? Talk to me. What's on your mind? Would you ever feature on a country or rock song? Yeah, why not? I rap on anything, man. Some tracks are a challenge. It's like I rapped on a lot of beats. People say, "Well, man, how you rap on beat? You rap on beats that you don't like? I can't rap on beats that I ain't feeling. I can because of my approach. My approach is one of challenging myself to bring the best out of myself and to make the beat acceptable to people who might feel the same way I feel. Like, man, this beat is trash, but I'm gonna rap on it in such a way that make you not even think about the beat being trash, because you're gonna be listening to me. That's how I approach it. So I look at it as a challenge. It's like, or sometimes you get a beat with a weird pattern to it. It's like, man, and people are like, man, I can't rap. I can't figure out how to rap on this beat. Well, I'm gonna figure out how to rap on it. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna figure out how to rap on it. See? What do you think of Mandela effects? I heard of that. I haven't really just got into it enough to speak on it. Did they have a movie about that? Hmm. What's your favorite political hip hop album? Probably Public Enemy. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Yeah, it's probably that one. Take the nation of millions to hold us back. I think that came out in 1988. Yeah, that's probably my favorite political album, man. Let's talk about the thin line between spiritual awakenings and psychosis episode. Go ahead. What's on your mind, Robbo? Spiritual awakenings and psychosis episodes. So the psychosis episode will consist of what? Because that could mean different things to different people. Tim's on the right feet. Hey, Kay, I got discharged from the hospital on Wednesday, and now I'm recovering from kidney failure. I've been listening to your music in the hospital and it kept me going strong. Man, blessings to you, Tim's. Get yourself together, man. Get them kidneys right. Drinking some water. We all need to drink more water. How many of y'all in here don't drink enough water? Be honest. If you don't drink enough water, be honest. Raise your hand. Zen tip, I appreciate that. Man in the mask. LW say some people need audiobooks. Yeah, you know what? You're right. There are people out here that can't read. And it's no shame, nothing shameful or disrespectful, just a reality. There's some people who can't read. So audiobooks have been a benefit to those people. So yeah, y'all are right. Absolutely right. Hey man, I can admit when I'm wrong. That's why Elijah Muhammad said, think 5 times before you speak. You might say something dumb with that first thought. Some have a TV face and a radio personality, and I have a business voice. All right. Open topic, man. What's on y'all mind? Big Ox say that's all he drink is water. Man, you my hero. I need some flavor. But I'm working on it though. Lemon water. Been reading up on that lemon water, yeah, no doubt. That there isn't such thing as too much now. You know, you see all those people walking around. They sometimes they working out. They got a big gallon, a big jug of water. I've heard that you're not supposed to put that much water in your body, but I don't know. I don't know. Put key limes in the water. What you think about lemons in the water, Michelle? That's right. I could rap the Morse code. I could rap the raindrops hitting on rooftops. I could rap to a dog bark. I could rap the squirrel's feet running through the park. I could rap the running water. I could rap to a person at McDonald's asking somebody, can they take their order? That's called overhydration. Right. Yeah, I read about that. That's right. Some people get too, you're just going to drink water. Key lime copper feeds the brain. What y'all got for memory, Michelle? What should I do to enhance memory? I want to enhance my memorization skills. What should I do? Any foods or any tips on things that I can do to sharpen uh, my memory? What you got? Y'all hit that like button, man. Give me to 100 likes. Let's touch that 100. K-Rino can battle in tongues. I can spit bars that poison lungs. My parents swear by a little lemon in their water. Yeah, I mean, lemon is good. Lemon is good for you. Yeah. Digital by itself is overwhelming because it has the ability of being on your phone, which will get down, which you get downtime. It becomes a reason to read. Hmm. Phantom Face Final says he remembers things from when he was 2. What's the farthest back age that y'all memory go to? I can't remember back to when I was 2. Mine stops at about 5. I can remember being like 5 years old. What's the youngest memories that you have? So Lester says 4. Man, Mike, 7? That's pretty high up. You don't remember nothing before 7. You don't remember being 6 or 5. Some of y'all be trying to be extraterrestrial. Man, I remember when I was in the womb, bro. I was in the in the water sack one time, and I rolled over this way. And my mama was laying down on her side, and I was uncomfortable inside the womb, and I rolled back over this way. So I remember. That's how far back I remember. Yeah, right. Hold on, man. Let me see. 3, 4. Man, y'all remember? Oh, Robbo says I remember being washed in the sink at like 3 or 4. Okay, I can see that. I guess if it's a distinct memory, something that would stand out like that, something that was outside the norm. If it's just everyday stuff like, yeah, I woke up one day and I went to the grocery store with my mama, yeah, you ain't gonna remember that. But if a dog bit you when you was 2, you might remember that. So I'm looking at all these age. Hold on, let me go back up. Lester says 4. DJ Big Red 3 or 4. Everybody pretty much around there 4. Leo Go Live 4. Lavish Logo 2. You remember being 2? How old are you now? 5? How old are you now, Lavish? My first, they said, oh, Diaz, my first memory, I was 3 playing in the forest. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of distinct, though. That's kind of like, it's a different setting, and you can kind of remember that. I guess my life was uneventful from birth to 5 years old, because I can't go back past 5. I can remember maybe one thing when I was super little, but I don't remember nothing like 2 running through the house with a diaper on, talking about I'm hungry. Michelle, you go back to 3? You can remember stuff at 3 years old? Man, I'm getting a lot of 4s. 4 must be the average. So I guess if they did a poll and said, what is the age that you can remember far back? As far back as what age? Most people are saying 4. Wow. No memory. No memory prior to being fatally electrocuted. If you got fatally electrocuted, I wouldn't be reading your comment right now. Did they bring you back? I could rap to the sound of a cell split. No bull. I'm challenged on my memory at all times. Some people have that ability though. SC Precise, between 4 or 5. The cemetery was out. Oh, see, that's what I mean. See, that's distinct. It got to be something stand out. Yeah, you remember that. If you rode a horse at like 2 years old, and you probably will remember that. You're not gonna remember eating a bowl of cereal sitting at the table, because you probably did that 5,000 times. Second grade, I heard a lady locked in a car trunk. So second grade, you're usually about 7 years old. Did you tell somebody that the lady was in the trunk? That's right, KS. I was fighting my twin in the womb. Give me 5 more likes, y'all, if you haven't hit the like button. I can rap to my tinnitus. You a bad man. He can rap to his tinnitus. You but can you rap suffering from appendicitis? That's the question. I was on a forest trail at 3 outside a cave in Prince Edward Island on a family vacation. I remember eating mussels there for lunch and in my water wings at the, golly, you got some detail. At 3? I remember when my parents met. That's how far back my memory go. My memory level is such a threat that I can remember when my parents met. What up, the Godfather up in this thing? Wow. It's that Kala best brain food, lion's mane. What's in it? What is Kala? I never heard of that before. It ain't gonna make me go crazy, huh? Yeah, international block hustlers. 4 sounds about the average. Everybody pretty much saying 4. If I take that Kala, will it be hard to swallow? Will I still be able to make some dollars if I take that Kala? What up, Joe Jones? He quoted that Nip. I ain't eaten 2 weeks. I just wanted a cheeseburger. Louis A says my earliest was playing war with my big cousins in an unfinished house. He was 4. Man. Police found her locked in the car trunk. Was she alive? You say you heard her in there. Hey man, I can memorize bars that I ain't even wrote yet. Yeah. Come to your city, get on stage and rock a dope set. Memorizing bars that I haven't even wrote yet. Let me shut up. Yeah, see, I can't do no mushrooms. All right. Oh, y'all got me over the 100 likes while I was running my mouth. Coconut, Waterboro, banana. Peel the Kalawala root. I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need a tutorial. Yeah. No, I can't do no shrooms. I can't eat no shrooms because if I eat some shrooms, I'll be trying to sleep simultaneously in 5 rooms. I'll be sweeping one house with 10 brooms. The bars, huh? Speaking of bars, I asked you about your old black books. You should share some of the pages you haven't implemented into tracks yet. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? What up, Christian? Christian Ibarra in this thing, man. How you feeling, man? I can't say your name, bro. Is that Quux Nux X? Blood Doc. Yeah. I was 6 months old when I said both my parents' names. Yeah. Okay, cool. Tag me. Open topic tonight, y'all. What's on your mind? I ain't gonna be long. Let me know what's. I want to know what's on your mind. I'm serious about your loving. I'm serious. I want to know what's on your mind. You believe the faces on Mars are real, and have we been there before? Well, I'm gonna say it from just what I've things that I've heard from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, when he talked about some of the planets in our solar system that are inhabited by life, but the life forms don't look like us, but they are inhabited. And Mars was one of those planets. So if you're speaking about faces that are, if I'm remembering right, that are on the surface, that seem to be implanted into the surface, I don't know if that's a depiction, and I don't know if they're actually faces or how they got there. But I did hear the messenger say, well, I have heard people teach on the messenger saying that there was life on Mars. I didn't hear him say it. Do you dream in color? When I dream, I dream. I'm one of those people who don't remember my dreams. You know, that's see, they say you dream every night. Some people just remember their dreams every night. Some people don't. So I got homeboys that uh, tell you, man, I dream. They say they dream every night. Every night they have a dream. The brain is always working. The brain is always active. So I would assume that it just depends on the individual. Like I don't hardly ever, not say I don't hardly ever dream. I don't ever recall my dreams. When I wake up, I would just sleep. When I wake up, there's nothing for me to recollect from last night. Every so often, now okay, I had a dream. Okay, I remember that I dreamed about this or that. But that's maybe once. If I had to guess how many times that I dream, it would probably be once every month and a half, 2 months. I don't hardly dream at all, or remember the dreams rather. And then all my dreams be weird and stuff. I had a typical dream that I'm sure all of y'all have. I had dreams where I'm fighting. How many of y'all had a fight dreams where all your punches be super super weak? That's the worst dream. You have the dream where you fighting, and no matter how hard you think you swinging, you just like your punches are just like, and it's a serious fight. You like, man, I gotta fight, but my punches is trash. It's crazy. Yeah, let me see. Are we walking gods in action? Absolutely. Ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. We just don't exercise the full potential of our godly capacity. We don't max out. We ain't maxing out. I have had a weird dream. I don't think I dream about flying. I done dreamed about. I done flew in my dreams, and then you know how you have those. transition dreams. Like you'd be just like I said, you in an arena fighting 10 dudes. You fighting to the death. And 2 seconds later, you laying in the park at a picnic, eating some grapes. You just got through fighting 10 gladiators. Next thing you know, you're making a bologna sandwich. It's crazy. Will Earth one day be just another planet that had life form once upon a time? Nah, I don't believe that. I believe that, as it says in the scriptures, it says that the Creator would make a new heaven and a new earth. He's going to rejuvenate this earth. It says, I make all things new. So there won't be a time, in my view, where the earth will just be some dried out rock that people used to live on. This is the home for humans. This atmosphere, this whole setup is set up for us to be acclimated to and for us to inhabit. So any of the problems or the impurities that may be plaguing and affecting the earth at this current state, God's going to rejuvenate all. He's going to remove that. Just like with the people, we are representative of the earth as well. We are the earth, so we will be made new as well, just as we are. Our bodies are of the same material of the earth, so we'll be made new as well. New heaven, meaning our minds and our thoughts in the high places. New earth, meaning our flesh. We'll be rejuvenated if we qualify ourselves to be that. Big Ox said, I had a dream where me and my pits, where we jumped in a mouse jumped in a mouse hole and fought 6 feet mice in the wall. Fought 6 feet mice in the wall that were also running a meth lab. You man, yeah, them dreams be all over the place, man. You got mice in a meth lab, bro. 6 feet tall mice, and y'all went in there. Look what you said. You and the pit bull, y'all jumped in the hole to go fight them. I ain't going in there. So yeah, that was a crazy dream. You brought the smoke to them. Man. White buffalo were considered sacred in Native America. Not just white buffalo, the buffalo, period. The buffalo were the Native Americans' greatest resource during the time in the 1800s. That is how they exterminated, or basically took control of the Native Americans. I won't say exterminated, but they took control of the Native Americans and stole their land here in America by exterminating the buffalo. Because again, that buffalo was the Native Americans' resource. They used every part of the buffalo to survive. They ate the meat. They used the fur for clothes. They used the teeth and the tusk, and everything had a purpose on that buffalo. And so when they couldn't get rid of the Native Americans through means of war and other ways that they tried to do it, one of the main ways that they did it was they slaughtered millions and millions of buffalo. And that dried the Native Americans out, because it knocked out their food source and their source of resources through that animal, man. So it's just an evil move. And that's how they were able to take control. Yeah. Open topic, y'all. Yeah, the right kind of dream will make you wake smooth up. will wake you smooth up. And you looking around like, it'd be like fear. Then it's like relief when you realize that it was just a dream. You're like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. The 6-foot rats are not really here. Yeah. It's crazy, man. 0102 Drought. Thank you for the love, man. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. Now I can pay my probation. I'm just joking, y'all. Your big brother's not on probation. You're not an EIF, are you, Leslie? You say everyone is a lie. I think they made up that Buffaloes. Any word on the SPC? What's up, Jacory? Yeah, it's coming, man. It's done. We already finished. We probably gonna do a photo shoot this weekend to do the album cover, and then we'll set a date. Is anybody in the room in Colorado, out in the Denver, Colorado Springs? I got anybody from Denver or the Springs in here? We will be in Denver, Colorado, and Colorado Springs in April, performing live. Performing live. Well, let me tell you what happens. When we start to find out that certain things are lies, that certain things that we've been taught all our life, we've been lied to, we've been misled about, what happens to some people. So that's why you got to be really careful. We find out that 2 or 3 things that we believed all our life is false, and we start to think that everything is false. So it can warp our sense of reality and our sense of understanding, because now you've taken it's kind of like being in 3 or 4 bad relationships. So now you a dude, you've been in 3 or 4 bad relationships. Now all women are bad, or female, all men are just the worst, because you've been in 3 or 4 bad relationships. You've only interacted or dealt with 3 or 4 people. So you can't judge the whole off of those 3 or 4. So when we find out certain big truths, big lies that we thought were the truth, if we're not careful, it can mess your mind up. So now you think everything is a lie, when all it takes is a little deep dive in here and that little research to figure it out. Everything is not a lie. You just got to learn how to determine and discern and distinguish the lies from the truth. But don't drive yourself crazy to feel like everything is just everything. This is not a pen. They've been telling us it's a pen all our life. They lied. No, it's actually really a pen. Appreciate that, man. You like that Only in the Hood, Renee? Appreciate that, man. One of my lighter tracks. Tim out there in Denver, Colorado. I'll be out there in Colorado, man. April, about a day or so after the 420 stuff. April 20th, something, 21st, 22nd. We'll be in Denver and Colorado Springs. So we'll start promoting it as it gets close to it. So keep a close tab. Check on us every now and then. So if you're in the area, if you're available, come to the show, man. Come see us. Come see your big brother performing live in Denver, Colorado. Yeah. You gonna give me 10,000 for this pen? I sure sell it to you for 10,000. I sure will. I had the pen, the pens when I did the 7 albums, when I dropped the 7 albums in one day. The I think it was like 2 pens that I used right there. I don't know how I wrote all that with just 2 pens, but I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see. Can y'all? Okay, y'all can see it. Y'all see the ink in this pen, right? It's way up here, right? Right there. That's ink all the way down. That's the ink in the pen. I have written to where this bad boy was empty, where you can literally see just a hollow little plastic little case. The pens that I used to write the 7 albums, I used to have them. They totally empty, and I just kept them. But I don't know what I did with them. I lost them. So, because I was gonna give them away. I was gonna give them away to somebody, but I lost them. Yeah. Let me see. Horseshoe Gang. Yeah, I heard of the Horseshoe Gang, Frankie. Yeah, no doubt. They some killers, man. Man, look, it's no excuse to not be able to accumulate knowledge and information. It's no excuse for none of us, man. No excuse at all. But we have to learn how to dig deep. We can't just see or hear something on the surface and immediately think that it's true or it's false. Unless it's so far fetched that off the muscle, you just know. Well, how did humans come about? Well, humans evolved from the four-headed platypus. And then what happened? The wings fell off, and then we started walking. And okay, you know that's a lie. But it's other things that if you are confused on, or it seems like there's a balance, because you have hybrid information. You have stuff that's like a mixture of truth and falsehood, and you got to determine what's what. But don't drive yourself crazy to think the same way you shouldn't be gullible enough to believe everything that people tell you. Of course, you shouldn't be um, extreme. You shouldn't be so extreme to where you think the way you become an EIF. You think everything is fake, because in that thinking, you can really mess yourself up, because you'll fail to believe something or fail to accept something that is true, even when the truth is being shown to you that is true, because you just determine that everything in the world is fake and they all out to get us and and then you get yourself jammed up. You got to have some discernment. You got to be smooth, and you got to be diligent. You got to do your due diligence in terms of researching and studying and trying to figure stuff out. Then you make the decision for yourself and you move according to that, and then you live with whatever the consequences is. Because even truth, even knowing absolute truth, comes with a consequence. See, truth, knowing when you know too much. See, everybody said, you seek knowledge, seek knowledge, seek knowledge. And yeah, you're supposed to seek knowledge. But the thing about seeking knowledge that they don't tell you is that a lot of times with knowledge and wisdom comes sorrow, comes depression a lot of times if you can't handle it. Because when you know these things, what if you had the power to see people's futures, right? And you can look at a person and just see what's going to happen to them. You say, oh man, this dude gonna lose it all, man. This dude doing well now. He's gonna lose a job. He's gonna be homeless in a year. Oh man, he's gonna go crazy. Oh man. If you had that power, it would make you miserable. See, that's why I believe we're protected from that type of, because if you just knew as much, you would see all of the sad things that are gonna go down, and your mind wouldn't be able to take it. You would be talking to somebody just happy that they just happy as can be. And then you look into them and you're like, because you know what's gonna happen. So it's good that we don't have that. That's why, and also that's like when you say, people say, man, I wish I was a mind reader. I wish I could read people's mind. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you would be shocked at some of the thoughts that people that you around every day have about you. You would be amazed at some of the things that are going through people's minds. Your coworker, your husband, your wife. You would be shocked. You know how I know? Or how you would know also? Because sometimes you got to think about some of the things that you think about people that you don't say. You're like, ooh, if he knew I was thinking that, he'd be ready to fight. So there are certain things that are protected from us because we are not qualified mentally to handle it. See what y'all on. Leslie says, if something makes sense, I'll believe it until new information is presented. Well, I mean, if something makes sense, I will go, yeah, that makes sense. I'll say that. But I still have another step. I have to go check it out. I got to go fact check it. A lot of things can make sense, and then you find out they're not true. I was watching, okay, look, we're at a point in time where almost every single element of life is under scrutiny because it doesn't matter what it is. In this day and time, there is a counter argument to it. That's like y'all see my globe back there. Within the last how many years, when the flat Earth um, people came out, and all of a sudden now, man, the Earth is flat. This whole big argument has broken out because all of a sudden that argument has been represented from 500 years ago in the times of Columbus to say there's a new group of people that have emerged that argue that the Earth is flat, right? So I saw this other clip where there was a question about with Terrence Howard, the actor. He was talking about he was using multiplication. He was using 1 times 0 as an example, and was basically saying that the mathematical equation of 1 times 0 equaling 0 is not true. Now, mathematically, all the people who have been studying this math and have learned your timetables at 5, 6, 7 years old, however old you were when they taught us the timetables. Everybody's like, wow, what do you mean 1 times 0 doesn't equal 0? I mean, what does it equal? So he went into his argument, he went into his side of it and was saying, well, it was 1 times 0 equals 0. Then you're eliminating the 1. You remove the 1 from existence. So 1 times 0 can't equal 0 because the 1 is still there and the energy of the 1 can't be denied. He went all into that. So that became a new topic of discussion because the people in the comments was like, well, yeah, you know what? That make a lot of sense. But does it? If you really understand the principles of mathematics, now in my opinion, he didn't understand. He was dismissing or neglecting the principles of mathematics and what a time equation means. When I say time equation, I mean like a timetable equation. And we can get all into that, but I'm not going to go all into all that. But in my opinion, he was neglecting the principles of multiplication and probably confusing it a little bit with addition. So base 9 counting doesn't have zeros. 0 divided by 1 is 0. See, we'll get into a whole nother dimension if we go into that. Every mistake you make, it judged as bad by you, but we also judge others like that. And competing me versus you shows me your defense. You're multiplying zero once. Come on, Stone. That's exactly what you're doing. 1 times 0 means that you have a 0 one time. It's not a 1. You're saying that 1 times 0. That means I have the number 0 one time, which means it's 0. That's all it is. If you flip it around, you say 0 times 1. That means you have a 1 0 times. Same thing. So he didn't understand the principle. I'm assuming, he started incorporating physics and all that into it now, and just didn't make sense. But my point of mentioning that is to talk about, we can't get caught up in feeling like every single thing doesn't exist or isn't correct because we've discovered a few truths. Yeah, there are some. See, even I think about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? And on the back of the Final Call newspaper, the Nation of Islam's newspaper, I'm using that as an example, he says that we believe in the truth of the Bible, emphasizing truth, but the Bible has been tampered with. It needs to be reinterpreted so man won't be snared in by the falsehoods that have been added to it. I'm paraphrasing. So basically saying, yeah, there's some truth in it, but it's a bunch of other stuff in it. So it got to be sifted out. Dollar bill, man. We missed you last night, man. Murder one step in your spot on the Houston draft. But boy, we left out one of the top rappers in Houston. I'm hurt. I didn't think about it today till somebody put it in the comments. If y'all go to the podcast, the Underground Dialogue, y'all will see where rapper I left off because somebody in the comments mentioned it. And I just put my head down. SFV. Appreciate the love. Gave me a heart, man. Thank you. Always good to get some love, man. Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Appreciate the heart. Appreciate the love. Come on, Phantom Face, teach. Right. 0 times $20 bills means you have $20 bills 0 times. That's what that means. There is no one. Say shout out 0. Yeah, man, why not? That's my brother. Yeah. I respect Terrence Howard because some other things he stood on. He says he's like basically transitioning out of Hollywood because they feminizing black men too much. And I agree with him on that. I agree with him. What is your opinion about negativity and positivity? I mean, be more specific. I mean, both exist. Negativity exists and positivity exists. I just think they may be one energy that we determine how we direct it or which way we direct it. Do we direct it to the left or to the right? Yeah. Open topic, man. What's on your mind? And I don't went too far. Papa, is that Dokunin? Appreciate the love. Appreciate that, Papa. Thank you for that donation, man. Cosmic Lando in the building. Sickest, Rickest Rick. 100 Black. Appreciate that donation from you as well, 100 Black. Brother K. Holla at your brother up in the street from you in East Palo Alto. Palo Alto! My sister used to live out there, man. That's up there like by San Francisco, right? I had a sister that lived out there. Where you at? East Palo Alto, Cali. In the sunshine. DT say they are both necessary. Without one, there wouldn't be the other. I take the bad with the good because they feed each other. I might be tripping, but it's kind of like they need each other. Y'all remember that? I think negativity isn't necessary. There's a yin and a yang to pretty much everything in life. There's a counterpart, there's a counter to every force in life. So I can't definitively say that negativity is not necessary. I can say we may not like it, but I can also say that there are some people who thrive on negativity. What's the new word for the people who thrive on negativity? Want me to tell you what the new word is? Y'all know what the new word is to describe people who seem to thrive on negativity. Those people are called what? See if y'all know without me having to say it. Come on, man. People who thrive on the negativity are labeled as what? In this day and age, in the social media language. Apocalyptic minister. Just hit toxic. Y'all know that's the word you hear all the time. Oh man, she's so toxic. I don't want no toxic people in my life right now. There are people who thrive on being that way. All you gotta do is read some of these memes that some of the people put out. They like brag on being toxic. You ever see the memes where they'll say, him, I don't like a toxic female. Then the female will put on there, me. And then it'll be a picture of her doing something terrible. Slashing his tires or something. And they think that's funny. See, toxicity has gained popularity. It's like it's a badge now. Yeah, I'm toxic. He like a toxic chick. That was in a rap. So giving a person problems, causing a person problems and difficulty and being negative and just a problem all the time is now a lifestyle that some males and females think is a good quality to exhibit in a relationship. The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. So if a person wants peace, a person wants a peaceful relationship, a person wants to not have to go to war and argue all the time and all day long, they don't got time for you. You're not providing them with that fix that they need to satisfy whatever it is that they're trying to satisfy within themselves. Because I want to be toxic. I want to get a rise out of seeing you get mad. You ever had somebody that told you, I just want to see what you was gonna do when you get mad? Why? Why? Why do you want to break the peace? Big Ox says, did you like the late Kevin Samuels? Never heard you speak about him, but he used to talk about that as well. I spoke about Kevin Samuels when he first passed away because I was kind of upset about how many women were celebrating his death because they may not have agreed with the way he spoke to them and the way he expressed his views on relationships and things like that. They may not have liked the manner in which he did it. So when he died, there was a lot of women, a lot of black women, man, just basically dancing on the man's grave. And I don't think that it's cool to stomp on a person's death, to celebrate a person's death like that, and just you glad he dead and all that. Because the thing about Kevin Samuels, whether you agreed with him or disagreed with him, or whether you were right in the middle somewhere, but I'll take it to the people who disagree with him. The one thing I believe in my heart is that, and this doesn't just apply to Kevin Samuels. This applies to a lot of things in life. And y'all listen to me and listen to your big brother good. A lot of the things that people claim that they dislike and hate so much, we still find ourselves tuning into it. So a lot of the ladies who would say how much they hated Kevin Samuels, I don't like him, but I tapped in on a couple of Kevin Samuels live streams when he was still among us. And the same way, like you can look at my live right now, you see this, we're under 90 people. There's not a lot of people that come in my lives. Conversely, Kevin Samuels on a given night would have 15, 20, 25,000 people on his live stream. So, and then when he would bring people in, like he would click them in, it was always women coming in. And most of the women were coming on there to disagree with him. So out of those 20-something thousand people, we know there's a lot of brothers on there, but I'm pretty sure it was just as many women on there, or maybe more. And I'm pretty sure out of that number, there were a lot of women who disagreed with him or just flat out didn't like him. So why are you still tuning in? It's like people who claim they don't like rap music, or people who claim they don't like a certain TV show. Well, if you don't like the TV show, change the channel. Don't sit up complaining about it all the time. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm not a fan of hockey, the sport hockey. I don't like hockey at all. I know some of y'all might get upset if you're a hockey fan. I don't mean to offend you. I'm just using it as an example. If they outlawed hockey tomorrow, I would have no problem with it. Right? So if I turn my TV on ESPN and I was watching something else, then I get up and I leave. And if I come back home a couple hours later and it's a hockey game on, I'm going to pick my remote up instantly and change the channel. But I'm not going to change the channel. And while I change the channel, I'm watching something else. I'm like, damn, man, I hate hockey, man. I'm tired of this hockey, man. I'm steady talking about it. Just change the channel and move on. Sorry to anybody who loves hockey. Chrome, the North Memphis legend. Thank you for the love and donation, Chrome. Have you heard the metaverse will allow people to submit their conscience to live 150 years on the app? I've been hearing a lot of stuff like that as it relates to that. I don't know how they would pull that off. I don't know. They selling people a dream that they think they could go into that aspect. You could donate an organ. You can sign up to be an organ donor after you gone. But I don't know if I buy into them being able to extract the conscious. I mean, is it just some form of like a database of thought? So that I'm gonna give you my ideologies, my my mental nuances, and tell you how, or are they saying that they can actually extract that essence, the conscious? I don't know. I'm not gonna. Maybe you could explain it a little more detail. Maybe I'm off base. Hmm. Well, I'll say this, man. I'm not in favor of anything that promotes division between black men and black women. I ain't into none of that. And even if that may not be their intention in what they're expressing and how they express it, because even a guy like Kevin Samuels will say, well, nah, that's not my intention. He was more so like, hey, I just dole out tough love and it's taken the wrong way. But if something causes division, if something splits us down the middle as black men and black women, then I start to figure out or start to think in my mind that we should try to figure out a better way to deal with our issues that we may have with each other. We like to publicly air our mess all the time. That's one of the biggest problems that I have with us. We like to put everything out. We would not get behind closed doors and just iron out our differences. We just won't do it. We got to get online and talk about everybody and everything, and your mama's this, and you a snitch, and you a rat, and you a dog, and I'm gonna kill you, and we got to get on. Because we are uncontrollably and dangerously emotional, over emotional. That's one of the biggest problems. That's one of the biggest reasons why. Hey man, how come how come it's hockey on my TV right now, bro? I just glanced over to my left and they showing hockey highlights right after I said what I said, and I changed the channel instantly. The hockey gods coming for me. But I forgot what we are overly emotional. So we don't have the ability to hear even a slight criticism of us, not even somebody taking a shot at us, just trying to talk crazy, a troll or just somebody being disrespectful. Just a simple criticism would trigger our emotions and we go on the defensive and we go in attack mode. But even with somebody is trying to go at us, you have to take the time out to do some calculating in your mind to determine how you should approach that afterwards. But the one thing that we have to grow out of and we have to learn how to do is to avoid being here and traveling all the way down into the mud to deal with somebody who's down in the mud mentioning your name. I'm going to come all the way down from the mountaintop to go down into the mud and the slop to deal with somebody who's down in the mud. They in the mud for a reason. So I lose my dignity and I lose my shield of respect because I got emotional and triggered by somebody who was down in the slop. Instead of going, it ain't worth that. Let him say what he's gonna say. Because any reaction that is not necessary for me to issue out is going to fuel the ignorance. It's going to fuel it. Because now this person's going to come back and say something else. Yeah, I got to say something else. This person is going to say something else. It's like, now look how I look. Look how you look now. Now you like a child. We like two children going back and forth. Somebody got to be the God. Somebody has to elevate into the God status and be like, don't worry about that. How many people disrespect the name of God on a daily basis? You have people who just, for whatever reason, they may be atheists. I know atheists that don't just go around just always talking negative and disrespecting God or people who believe in God. They just live their life. They just don't believe in a deity like that. But even if there were people, there are people who just talk reckless about God himself. But is God stopping his work and controlling the universe and doing whatever he's doing and to stop it? Excuse me, man. Let me go deal with this cat down here real quick, man. Say, man, why you down there talking crazy about me, bro? No. These things and these people, these type of people, they work themselves and weed themselves out over time because the way they do things, their way, right? It has an expiration date on it. It happens, it's new. It's like, wow, we've never seen nothing like this before. But it has an expiration date because sooner or later the people are gonna just, all right, okay, we done heard that song and dance before. People gonna get tired of it. That's anything in life. That's human nature. The redundance becomes boring after a while. We've heard the song and dance before. We've heard it a million times. Or, God forbid, an individual gets tired of it. The people could still be an audience for it, but it's an individual that will get tired of it, and that individual will act on their own anger and frustration and being tired of this person and do something to them. God forbid. Have we seen it before? Yeah, we've seen it before. People have assassinated or attempted to assassinate presidents because they sit at home listening to the president lie, or they have a warped sense of what a person stands for or what he's speaking about, and they sit at home and like, man, I'm tired. I'm gonna get this dude. And they'll take a crack shot at the president. I'm old enough to have seen an assassination attempt on a president in my lifetime. There have been a handful of presidents who've been assassinated and attempted. You know, Kennedy got assassinated. Abraham Lincoln got assassinated. I think McKinley got assassinated. Can't think of nobody else. Ronald Reagan, that was an attempted assassination. They shot him, but they didn't kill him. So my point is that if you are this reckless character, there are going to be people who subscribe to that type of mentality and behavior. There's going to be others that don't. So, meanwhile, the intelligent people, the people that are fighting every day, working to rise above their emotion into the thinking of God, you're not going to dip down there and play in that. You ever seen a 2-year-old, 1-year-old, 9-month-old baby? They'll play around and anything. You set their food, the plate of food, they just knocking, splashing the food all up. Food all in their face, on their clothes. Sitting on the floor, knock the bowl over. Baby don't know no better. He'll still reach on the floor and try to eat the grits off the floor. And I'll be like, he don't know no better. So when you see a baby doing that, your thought is, it's a baby. Let me get him. Let me clean him up out here. What if you saw a grown man doing that? Or a grown woman? What if you saw a grown man sitting on the floor in a diaper with a bowl of cereal, just splashing it around, knocking on the floor, picking it up, eating it all off the floor? What would you think about that grown person? You would think of something wrong with him. You would say, why? Because he acting like a baby. He acting like a child. That's how we look when we when we verbally engage in situations that should be beneath us. ZE, how can an individual be less emotional when a person says something to criticize an individual? Well, it's a couple of things you got to keep in mind. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know what he said? He said that our critics are our best teachers, meaning that if somebody is critical of something you've done, You put an album out, then a magazine writes a article about your album, and man, I give it a 2 out of a 10. The beats was bad. I don't like the way he was rapping on there. They're critiquing you. If you get emotional, you're going to get mad and call a magazine. You want to talk to the dude. You want to cuss him out. But the minister said, look into what they said and try to see what elements of it is true. And be honest with yourself. So if you can listen, well, you know what, man? Okay, said my beats was bad. Okay, well, maybe I can improve on that. Or my delivery, okay, I'll work on that. Let me listen to that. What song was he talking about? You know, ask other people. What do you think about that? Be honest with me. Because if you embrace the critique, it can make you better. But if you get emotional, you get your feelings because somebody didn't like your stuff or didn't like something you did or said, you're not going to get better because now you acting on straight emotion. You mad, you sad, your feelings hurt. So while you dealing with that, you're not taking the time to fix and get better. You want to get better, man. We always talk about, see, that's internet talk. We'll get on the internet. Yeah, man, I want to thank all my haters. Y'all just motivated me to be better. I appreciate it. Y'all don't mean that. Because those words come from a person who actually exercised what I just got through saying. They looked at it like, okay, you know what? Oh, they hating on me. They saying this, they saying that. Even if you take the critique as hate, if you flip it around and say, I'm gonna use it to make me better, okay, then you turn the negative into a positive. But most people just be talking. Because if you get some critique or some actual hate, you and your feelings. Get better. Listen to your critics. No, Lester, you gotta listen to them. See if it's any truth in it. Open yourself up. Be honest. That's what it makes you stronger mentally. Some people, I don't want to read the reviews. I'm scared. Read them. Let me see what they got to say. I need to get better. Don't run from it. Run to it. Some people's egos won't allow the knowledge to fall upon their deaf ear. Yeah, that's true. Especially if you all have already had some success and you feel like can't nobody tell you that. Some of the worst kind of people in the world is those who will tell you, man, can't nobody tell me nothing. So nobody can tell you nothing? I can't correct you if you clearly need correction? Hey, man, please correct me. Please correct me. Because if you don't correct me and you claim that you with me, you claim that you love me, you just gonna let me go out into the world with this ugly hat on that I thought was so live. Oh man, that's a dope hat. Look at this hat. And y'all in the corner like, yeah, I see you. Y'all let me go out in public, and as soon as I walk in the club, everybody start laughing at my hat. I'm gonna look dead at y'all. Man, why y'all ain't tell me? Yeah, man, you was acting like you liked it. Hey, man, where y'all at, man? Drop y'all locations, man. Drop your locations. Let me shout y'all out. Drop your locations. Let me shout y'all out. Stop it. Who is criticizing you? Nobody. No. Oh, that's not true. That's it. Nah. You know how many people go in on me? I've been getting criticized my whole career. People have called my music trash. Said I'm whack. It's kind of funny. But I mean, people have their opinions. The Solo ICP Project, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 0102, Southeast Houston, Texas. Magneticus Attractus. What's PNW, man? I'm sorry. ZE out there in Cali, Lavish in northern Wisconsin, Pat Warren in Dayton, Luis out there in Orange County, Cali, KG in Sacktown. I mean, once you develop a confidence in yourself, you know the difference, and you know the difference between somebody trying to troll, you know. But there are people who genuinely have their opinion, man. Everybody's not for everybody, man. I can think of big time major rappers that have sold millions and millions of records, have humongous, loyal fan bases, have been in the game decades, awards, plaques, all this stuff. Some of them people, I look at them, I'll be like, I don't see it. They don't move me because everybody's just not your taste. My brother and my homeboy, my SPC brother, my real brother and my SPC brother, Rapper K, they don't like cheese. They hate cheese. You better not put cheese on nothing that they eat. They can't, they're not. Cheese is like, putting cheese on their food would be like saying, hey man, I want to smoke some crack. It would be like putting cow manure on their sandwich. That's how much they hate cheese. Now, in my mind, I love cheese. So in my mind, I'm like, how can you not like cheese? Who doesn't like cheese? So I can't fathom it. So that's what it's like, but that's their opinion. That's how they feel. That's what it's like when the most popular cat in the world, who everybody is loving, you might look at him and be like, I don't see it. And everybody's like, what? You don't like? Did you hear that song he did? And you're like, yeah, I heard it, but it didn't move me. It's almost 8 billion people on the planet, man. We're not going to all, the greatest of the great, somebody, it's not going to be fitting them. And it's all right. DJ Big Red of San Antonio, DT out there in Melbourne. Is that El Gaz, Casablanca? Odiazo, the Netherlands. SLC, that's Utah. All right, Stone. Phantom Face out there in Columbus. Apocalyptic Minister. Oh, my bad. KCMO, yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. Home of the Chiefs. They did it again. Memphis 10. All right. Lost my spot. Lost my spot. Hold on. Oh, here we go. All right. Do or die. Anamonarchy, my brother. Ontario, Canada. Joel Wilson out there in Northern Territory, Australia. Australia representing tonight. Well, see, Leslie, I'm going to tell you, I'm at a point in my life where my skin is like, man, I got, I got a armadillo shell on me. My skin is made out of armadillo shell. And I know how to process. I don't take stuff like that. Stuff like that used to bother me. That don't bother me no more. Y'all know how old I am? I've been doing this a long time. If I was still emotional and in my feelings behind criticism and even hate, nah. Smart money out there in California. California representing heavy too, man. Gangsta Nip. Let me see. Where we at? Pacific Northwest. Finland. I see you pop out there in Finland. Zachariah X in Lubbock. Zachariah X in Lubbock, Texas. Lewis A, thank you for the love, Lewis. A stands for accept that. 10 years ago, I was listening to Abomination Part 2 by the late Black the Ripper from Dead Prayers. M1, shout out to M1 and Low Key. Someone had mentioned the song was missing, K-Rino. I went to check you out and got hooked to this day. Man, shout out to you, Lewis, and whoever mentioned that I was missing off the song, man. Shout out to them because it led you to me. So I appreciate that, man. That's a cool story. All right. Any more shout outs? Any more? Okay, well, check this out. Go subscribe to my podcast right now, y'all, and go watch the episodes. I say this every week, but y'all don't do it. But I still love y'all, man. Underground Dialogue Podcast. Y'all go over there right now and check us out. And last, do a couple more commercials before I go. If y'all haven't purchased my books, Life Lessons and Lyrics and Behind These Bars, y'all can go to southparkcoalition.net. I'm tired of typing. southparkcoalition.net, and you can get the book, my books, and music as well. Peace and love, man. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.